Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell guaranteed this week that Supreme Court nominee Neil Gorsuch will be confirmed by the Senate on April 7. If that is to occur, it's almost certain that McConnell will have to cast aside tradition and overhaul Senate rules allowing filibusters to occur for Supreme Court nominees. This overhaul of Senate rules has been dubbed the nuclear option, and to Mitch I say this: go nuclear. Now, for those of you that haven't really been paying attention to the fight over the Supreme Court, here's the quick recap. This guy, Justice Antonin Scalia, died in February 2016. Obama nominated Merrick Garland to replace him, and while certainly qualified, the liberal-leaning judge would have altered the balance of the Supreme Court, as Scalia had been a conservative and Garland is more liberal. So the Republicans came up with a nifty solution to not even hold hearings for Garland. They said that Supreme Court nominees should not be confirmed in an election year, and pointed to a speech in 1992 by Vice President Joe Biden as justification for their reasoning. Now, with Trump in the White House, the Republicans have nominated Gorsuch, a conservative, to replace Scalia, and quite understandably, the Democrats believe this is a stolen seat. Now, while the Republicans have a Senate majority, they need to overcome the filibuster to actually vote on Gorsuch's nomination. With Democrats fuming over the whole stolen seat situation, only 2 Democrats have actually said they support holding a vote, and thus the Republicans, needing 8, have little choice but to go nuclear. Now, I know the arguments against unilaterally changing the rulebook are extensive. First of all, someone will inevitably say that doing so diminishes bipartisanship. Then comes the argument that it removes protection for the minority, and finally it will be pointed out that if the rules are changed, they could be used against you in the future. All valid points. All inconsequential once thoroughly examined, however. On the first, let's be clear, bipartisanship on this issue died long ago. The filibuster was nearly killed off in the mid-2000s due to a Democratic blockade, and in 2013, Democratic Majority Leader Harry Reid unilaterally overhauled Senate rules by eliminating the use of the filibuster on all presidential nominees except those to the US Supreme Court. The fact of the matter is that had Clinton won the White House and Democrats ruled in the Senate, any hint of a Republican blockade would have resulted in the same nuclear option, rewriting the rule books just like they did a few years ago. Nowadays, unfortunately, bipartisanship is just a word that people say when trying to score political points rather than advance solutions that actually benefit the country. Secondly, this idea that removing the filibuster somehow removes protection for the minority completely misses the point. The Founding Fathers didn't envision the minority as the minority party, but rather those states with small populations. There's a reason why states have 2 senators regardless of how many people live in them, to protect the minority. And then you have the Electoral College, which is designed to do the exact same thing. The filibuster isn't in the Constitution for a reason. It's not needed. Finally, there's this argument that Republicans will live to rue the day that they made these changes. Not anytime soon, though. The 2018 Senate map is so unfavourable that the Democrats not only have to keep all their current seats, they then have to knock off the likes of Ted Cruz in Texas to reclaim the Senate. That's right, their path to the majority runs through Texas. Chances are that Trump will have to make a second or potentially a third lifetime appointment to the Supreme Court. If so, the Republicans will hold the majority and be able to significantly alter the balance of the court's ideology. And even if they don't make more appointments, well, then it's still a better play from a risk-reward point of view. Because if the Democrats do take the Senate and the White House back in 2020, then sure, the filibuster won't stop them. But it wouldn't have stopped them in 2017 either. As I said, they would have just gone nuclear too if the Republicans had conducted the same blockade. So, all in all, Mitch should do it. He should make sure senators like Susan Collins and John McCain are singing from the party playbook, rally the Republican caucus, and do what was once thought unthinkable. They should press the big red button and score Trump his first significant victory. Thanks for listening to Black Swan Politics. Don't forget to subscribe.